Yasin Betty Mali, Saso Figa Gada, Baby Unga Hambi.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Nothing But Football podcast. I hope you guys missed us. If you did, or even if you didn't, hit like, hit subscribe, hit download, everything for any platform that you're on. Once again, it's the Nothing But Football podcast. I'm joined by my friends and fellow co-hosts. On my immediate left, I've got Mr. Potion.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Compliments of the new year, I guess.
Compliments of the new year.
And yeah, let's get it going.
And to my further left, I've got the man, the myth, Uncle Curtis. How you doing, Uncle Curtis?
We back. The Frank Lampard agenda is on. White Pressure FC's game is fired. Let's go.
All right. So while we were out enjoying our festive and time and all that, football didn't sit still. So we've got actually quite a few fixtures and that to go through. So I think we'll just go through the teams and how they're positioned because we're approaching halfway, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I think let's get straight into it. Let's start at the champions, right? So the champions, Liverpool. I think we've collectively, all three of us have been saying, basically they're still the team to beat.
Mm-hmm.
And from the last time we recorded and brought you another episode, I'm just going to read out the fixtures and then let's discuss where we see Liverpool being. Right. Mm-hmm. So since we last recorded, Liverpool beat Tottenham Hotspur 2-1 at home.
Mm-hmm.
Then they beat Crystal Palace away 7-0. Before drawing 1-1 at home with West Bromwich Albion, and then a 0-0 with Newcastle, and a 1-0 defeat to Southampton. Still leaves Liverpool top of the league as we stand recording on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we feel about it? I mean, that's fixtures, and let me start with you, Mr. Potion. That's fixtures that. They vary. I mean, there's a 7-0 win, there's a loss, there's a couple of draws. How are you seeing Liverpool so far, Mr. Potion?
I think Liverpool was on a great run after they beat Tottenham 2-1,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went on to beat Crystal Palace 7-0.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you look at that, you think to yourself, yeah, everything's going smooth sailing, even with the injuries they had, everything is going all right.
Yeah.
But I think the game that broke them was Burnley with Big Sam. That kind of just changed everything.
West Brom.
Yeah,
West Brom,
sorry. No, with Big Sam.
Yeah, West Brom.
Oh, did I say with Burnley? Sorry.
Yeah, you said Burnley.
Forgive me.
No worries.
You can see the links. So, yeah, I think that was the game that broke them. From then on, things just didn't go their way. And then from those last three fixtures, yeah.
Yeah. So, people are already calling it what happens when you miss Diego Jota, because the last three games was the loss and 2 draws. They didn't really test the keepers that much.
I think in the last game, they played Henderson and Fabinho at centre back. Yeah. So you got to look at that and think to yourself, nah. As much as you're champions, things can't go that right for you.
Okay.
So I think that had
what's bearing?
Yeah, it played a little part. I'm not sure who they played at the back against Newcastle.
Yeah, I think Matip got injured in that game.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
he did. But that's what I'm saying. That there's problems at the back that they need to sort out. If they don't sign anyone now, I think they're going to be in trouble. But yeah, it was bound to happen because of the problems in the back.
Uncle Curtis, how are we seeing Liverpool? As much as we're saying the variance in the fixtures, they beat Spurs, they beat Crystal Palace 0-0, 2 draws and a loss, they're still top of the league. How are you seeing them?
You know what it is? Their luck has run out.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were complaining that Liverpool have got all the hard decisions?
Yeah.
It swung right over to Man United. It's no more Liverpool. Liverpool fans are busy crying on the side over this.
Klopp is complaining about VAR. Yeah,
they're complaining, but the thing is, those close calls that Man United are getting now were the close calls that Liverpool were getting last year.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying, you guys are getting luck of the dream in VAR, what. Liverpool fans were saying, no, it's not that, no, it's a fair system. Now you're on the shoe's on the other foot. Get used to it.
Yeah.
These things happen. Stop complaining. That's all I can say about
How excited you made me.
But then also, when I look at Liverpool, they've had too many injuries to sustain the run of form that they were having. I view it as the way that because they don't have that much confidence in defense, you're playing two midfielders and centre back.
Yeah.
Your attackers can't go that cavalier as much. So you can't say it's Jota that's missing.
Yeah.
Because this is still the same attack that won in the league last season.
100%.
Mane, Firmino, Salah. Unless people are saying that, hey, let's get rid of Mane, Salah, and Firmino for Jota.
Yeah.
So you can't be saying, no, Jota is the missing link.
Yeah.
The missing link is the defense. And the players who are attacking not having as much confidence in the defense because you can't play that cavalier as you used to. You can't do what you used to.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch when you look at the stats from the last game that they played against, who was it again?
Southampton.
Southampton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trent Alexander-Arnold lost the ball 37 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A record for the season.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, 37 touches, lost the ball 17 times.
Yeah.
That tells me the players are not comfortable the way they play, and I think it's because of the defense.
Okay. But that being said, and let me start at you again, Uncle Curtis. Liverpool is still top of the league, so it's been a long running discussion about the injuries and that they face, but they still at this point top of the league.
Let me put it this way, right? I don't look at the league table in that way this season, right? For the simple fact of Liverpool are top of the league. Arsenal were 4 points off relegation 2 weeks ago. Arsenal is 10 points off the top now. We're still 13th, 15th. Normally at this time of the season, the team that's 15th is 20 points behind.
Okay.
So being top of the league, yes, it's an achievement. I'll give you that. But you can't take that as saying that it's indicative of our form because everybody's going through ups and downs. Who's the next team to start losing 3-4 on the bounce? I think Liverpool are going to start winning now because there's 2 draws and a loss. I still think they have quality. Players will come back. Matip will come back. I don't know who the other... When's Joe Gomez coming back? I don't know how long that is.
Joe Gomez is until the end of the season.
Yeah,
he's
out.
Okay, then it's going to be...
I think the next guy is Van Dijk.
Probably Van Dijk.
Yeah, Van Dijk is end of season as well.
Okay.
Really? It was a ligament. Ligament is whole season.
Yeah.
Jeez. So,
Mr. Potion, just on Liverpool. So we've mentioned quite a few fixtures, and obviously the loss to Southampton, especially that's the most recent one. I don't think did they have a shot on target, but that sort of aside, I mean they put 7 past Crystal Palace. They beat Tottenham. Bit of a. It was a good win. It was a good win.
It was a lucky win
against
the Champions win.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a lucky win.
If you look at it, it was more of the missed chances from Tottenham. I remember watching that game. Bergwijn missed a couple of chances and hit the post. And then from then on, it was just Liverpool's game to step into.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't say it's lucky when Bergwijn can't even score a goal against other smaller teams. So I'm not gonna call it if it was Kane and Son missing those chances, I'll call it a lucky win. But it's the rest of the 9 players who can't get a shot on target for anything.
Yeah.
So it's not luck to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that run of fixtures, because it's five fixtures we just mentioned, in your guys' opinion, does it change your view on Liverpool and regards to the season?
Doesn't change my view. It just shows me how up and down the season is.
Okay. So you still believe Liverpool title challenge favourites?
Yeah, they've had injuries the best. They're going through a tough run of spell, 2-3 games. I don't see them going on a hectic run of losses like Arsenal.
Yeah.
Probably sort it out next game. Who they play? They play in FA Cup. Win the FA Cup. Get the confidence back in their boots. Next game they play, they're going to shoot. They'll play Man United off the park. We heard it here first, 2 weeks before the game.
Fair enough. Mr. Potion, did that run of fixtures change anything in how you view Liverpool than their season?
I think it just showed that every team in the league is basically like when they start the league, they go in thinking, how do we beat these guys? As a champion, you're like everyone's going to try beat you. So it just shows me that teams are slowly figuring out Liverpool's play, i.e., using wing backs, Trent and
Robertson. Yeah.
So it's just about how Liverpool copes with that.
Yeah. Housen Hutel, the Southampton coach, was in tears at the final whistle. He couldn't he was just taken by emotion, beating Klopp.
I think with him, it's more of the fact that there was a point where he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
Because like many coaches, they come and try to transform a team with their new system.
Yeah.
And then it's always going to take long, and you're always going to have to get the right players who will play in that system.
Yeah.
So it took him a while to get his system right. And now it's coming right. So I think every time he just thinks, and almost got fired.
Yeah. But let's not forget, guys, also Southampton was on a poor run form.
Poor?
They couldn't score for the past 2-3 games. They were drawing no.
Okay, I wouldn't call it a poor run of form.
It is a poor run of form. You're going to tell me if you got 36 draws in the season?
If you're Southampton, I think Southampton's not the team that needs to win every game.
I think also with that, we must remember that Danny Ings just came back from injury. So I think their front men was Theo Walcott and Shea Adams.
Yeah, I want to talk to Lucas over there. What do you mean poor run of form is Southampton? Poor run of form is not relative. Is it relative to you?
It is relative. If you're Southampton, where does Southampton hope to finish? In the top half of the table, right?
Yeah.
The top half of the table, you're not going to win as much as the top 4.
But it's still a poor run of form.
It's not.
It is.
If you're trying to get top 10, 2 draws is better.
No, but you can say that, but are you winning games? It's not a good run of form.
You're not winning games.
You can say you're playing above your expectations, but it's still a poor run of form.
2 draws is above the expectations.
I'm saying when they win the games, you can say you're playing above expectations, but it's a poor run of form, because a poor run of form is not relative. It's either you're playing well or you're not.
I think it's relative to your ambitions, right? Because if you're trying to get top 10, the 8th position, for example, usually in the table, I'm guessing here, but the team that finishes 8th can probably take 10 losses in a season.
Would you change your opinion if you found out that Southampton played Burnley and West Brom in those games and drew?
Not really, because that's where they would drop points.
Against Burnley and...
Yeah, they should beat them, but
Burnley,
outside of the top 6, the rest of the Premier League is a free-for-all. It's a fight to the death. Fair enough. And actually, across 2020, the year, I think Southampton in the form guide across the whole year is, I think, top 5 or so. So perhaps there. But in relation to speaking about the title and the title challenges, we've spoken about Liverpool a little bit. Let's go on to I think what we all consider the sort of second favorites, Manchester City. Right?
You're not going to say Man United. So a lot of Man United fans being froggy, saying that we joined top.
Actually, I'm surprised you didn't go for Man United.
Okay, let's go straight to United then. So from my perspective, I think let me read out the results first before we go on to that. So Man United's been on good form actually. So over the course of 2020, I think United might be top of the form table, or at least second. But over the course of 2020, remember there's that run-in that brings United to finish 3rd in the last season, and then obviously coming into second this season. But from the last time we recorded, Manchester United beat Sheffield United 3-2 away.
That's expected.
Beat Leeds at home 6-2.
That wasn't expected.
Drew with Leicester City 2-2 away. Beat Wolves 1-0 at home. And beat Aston Villa 2-1 away.
That dodgy penalty.
That penalty, which some consider dodgy, but let's speak to the collective results and just how it's jumped United in the table. So if I can sort of go first, I think like I say, over the course of 2020, United has been on form. And I think it's been good fixtures also. I think we're not outperforming ourselves per se, but with a lot of the season left to go by, silently confident in my team, but not for a title challenge. not for a title challenge. So I think let me put it over to you guys. I think let me start at you, Miss Uncle Curtis. What's your thoughts in relation to Manchester United? Like we say, these are decent results. Decent results against decent teams actually in the league. Aston Villa, Wolves, Leicester, Leeds.
Leeds championship that just came up.
Mm-hmm.
Leeds on their day, it's either they play brilliantly or they play terribly.
Okay.
Right?
Leicester, Wolves, Aston Villa last 3 games.
You're going to skip Sheffield over there?
No, I was going to say decent opposition.
I see how you're trying to frame it as decent opposition. It's 2 terrible teams. Okay,
why would I say decent opposition and then say the Premier League's bottom team who hasn't won a game? That one is to be expected. I agree with you.
That's how you frame it. But I would say is when you look at that, conceding 2 games against Sheffield, that is terrible.
And it was that game where Cavani had to score last minute winner, I think.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. Because Sheffield have got 2 points. I'm sure they struggle. The strikers are Dave McGoldrick and Steve McBurn. Those guys
Ollie McBurney.
Those guys are not going to get past 10 goals this season. And you're conceding 2 against them. So that was very lucky over there. Cavani came into saving. What's the next game over there?
6-2 Leeds.
Okay, Leeds. I'll give you that. Because Leeds, when they do play you off the park, they play you off the park. Ollie found a solution to that. So cool. Somebody played counter-attack in that game. I don't remember.
No, we were 2-0 up in 5 minutes.
That doesn't tell me if you counter-attack.
That's not counter-attacking.
Arsenal loses 4-0 to Chelsea and it's counter-attack.
Yeah, wait. You said it was a counter-attack. I'm saying the 2-0 up inside 3 minutes was not counter-attack goals. That was...
Okay, cool. But let's continue.
Okay.
Leicester
2-2 away from home.
Decent result.
Yeah, and United was 2-1 up in the 85th minute, and then they came back to get an equalizer.
Okay.
Next game was 1-0 at Wolves. Again a late winner, Marcus Rashford in probably the 90th minute.
Result. Only thing I can knock there is that the Wolves are not without Jimenez and that who's that young kid they got from Portugal?
Fabio Silva.
Fabio Silva is not doing anything for them, so they lost their attacking threat. So, but still, at the end of the day, you can only play the opposition that you are given. So it's a good result.
Okay,
all right.
And then 2-1 at Aston Villa. 2-1 at home to Aston Villa.
I give that to VAR.
You give that to VAR.
That penalty.
Yeah,
that penalty was dodged.
That was a penalty all day of the week.
Okay, so you'll accept last season when Liverpool were getting soft penalties. Those penalties all day of the week.
No, because I don't have a Liverpool penalty in mind to compare to this one. To this one for those that haven't seen it, and to illustrate, the ball comes in from a throw-in. Pogba rolls the defender. The defender is now behind Pogba. Pogba's closer to ball, and
behind him.
He is behind him.
No,
he's pulling his arm.
No,
you don't pull
behind him.
He's pulling his arm.
Dude, it wasn't behind him. It was more like this, not.
Wait, literally. So they probably in the positions we are to each other. Pull my arm.
It was like this. It was literally like this.
Can you pull my arm side to side?
Hey?
Can you pull my arm side to side?
It wasn't.
Am I not in front of you? It was
like this.
Am I not in front of you then?
No, but you're saying behind, like literally he's
behind.
From here.
Okay.
Behind on the side.
He's literally like almost side to side. Probably on a, I'd even say on a 30-degree.
They were doing shoulder-to-shoulder barges.
Okay. Who is more ahead?
Okay, I can argue shoulder-to-shoulder barges, but it was Pogba ahead.
How can you argue shoulder-to-shoulder when the guy's holding the guy's shoulder like this? He's got it in between both of his arms.
I need to watch that replay.
In between both of his arms, he's pulling his shoulder.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's on the left side of the pitch. Now the ball is on Pogba's right side, and this guy's coming from Pogba's left side, pulling Pogba into him. Pogba's leg kicks his leg and then kicks his own, and Pogba goes down. I'm not saying it's a penalty. It's a penalty. I'm not saying Pogba didn't go down too easily or what, but it's a penalty. In my opinion, and
in the softest of terms,
in
the softest of terms, that was a penalty. Penalty, nonetheless. I'll give it to you.
Thank you. That's the point I'm getting to. It's a penalty.
No, but these days they just look at it from a point where they say, "Was there contact?" There was contact.
Yeah,
but it's a very soft contact.
It's the soft contact that Liverpool were getting last season.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give it to you there, but that is the standard. So this is not because it's a United player.
It's an inconsistent standard.
It's an inconsistent standard.
Yeah,
because the refs are terrible. I'm not saying it's favoritism to
Sure, the refs are terrible, but they've given a terrible standard. That goes in line with the terrible standard they give.
No, standards change every week.
That's what they say.
They change every week because of
fair
complaints.
Fair enough. But just going back to that run of fixtures, right? So this has taken United second in the table. I know we like saying joint top, but it doesn't work like that.
No, say it, joint top.
No, I've never said that. It doesn't work like that.
We're talking about the rest of your Man United.
We've lost a league title being joint on points, and Manchester City took it on goals difference. It doesn't work that way. We're second, but we're second with a game in hand to be played before the Liverpool game. We possibly could go into that game top if we beat Burnley.
I think Fergie said this. I forget which manager. Points on the board is better than games in hands.
Sure.
Tell me about games in hands.
Yes, but I'm speaking to what's your thoughts on United. I'm setting the context. I'm not asking you to answer about the game in hand. I'm saying United's run of form has taken them to second in the table with the game in hand, with the possibility of going top. So let's not speak to the game in hand. Let's speak to United.
I'll tell you this. I'll say this. There was a time, probably I think about, a month ago, where you guys were shouting Ole out.
For the fourth, fifth time in short managerial career at Man United.
Yes. I've listened to you while you were making your speech now, saying that 2020 has been a good year. Lucas, you know that there were times where you guys were calling for that man's head.
Yeah, I've never agreed with it. Remember, I've always said I'm on
once. No, but you were saying just now that 2020 has been a good year for you guys.
It really has.
You mentioned the stats saying that you are on top if you count 2020 stats, whatever. But at the end of the day, your coach has been called, you guys have called for your coach's head on plenty of occasions this year.
Yeah, our fans are drastic.
No, I won't say they're drastic. It's just he does this a lot. Where when he comes into question, where they say, hey, why is this guy coach of this team? He'll have a good run of form for 5 games.
He summons the spirit of
he'll have a good run of game for 5 games.
Yeah.
And then form dips. I think I've heard someone say this, that it's like the players just get bored.
Yeah, that's a common consensus that tends to go out. But if we're looking over the course of 12 months, yes, interrupted by COVID and all that. But 2020, points per game, United is top 2.
I remember there was a time Wenger won the most points in a single.
Hey, what about United?
I'm giving you context. I remember there was a year that Wenger won, was top of the form table in a single calendar year.
Yeah.
He scored the most goals, got the most points.
Yeah.
Nigga still didn't win a Premier League title.
Sure.
Don't tell me about that. Because you can go on a good run of form, right? From Jan to December, that's 2 different seasons.
Yeah.
All right? For all we know, from when you guys play Liverpool next week or whatever, you could lose 5 games on the trot.
Yeah, but that hasn't happened yet. I'm trying to get us to speak to what has happened. United is on a good run of form.
Yes,
they are playing well. What is it? Is it just luck to you guys? I don't know. What have you seen over United?
To me, it's what Ole does consistently,
which is
get a good run of form and then show he's not a top tier manager.
He's not a top tier manager. Let's talk about the run of form. Because since we recorded, a win at Sheffield, a win at Leeds, a draw with Leicester, a win with Wolves, a win at Aston Villa. What does that run of form say to you about that team?
No, it's good form.
According to those teams for me, tight.
Okay.
Besides Wolves, tight. You're looking at Aston Villa. They're playing well this season, but last season they were relegation contenders. You're looking at a team that came up from the Championship that's very inconsistent. You're looking at a Leicester team that's decent. I'll give you that. And then what's the other team?
Leeds and Sheffield.
You're looking at a Sheffield team that got 2 points. Tight.
Okay. I think from my perspective, I think United is doing well. I think it's not indicative of how the rest of the season is going to go. I genuinely hope that we can get through, I don't know, the next month or so and still be in contention. Then I'll put it there. I'm still happy with the top 4 finish. I think Eric Bailly has come into the team over the last 2 games or so. He's looking good, but he always looks good and then he gets injured, so you never know.
Gonna get injured.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's always happened like that. I feel so sorry for him because every time it looks like things are going right for him, everyone starts having the conversation of, this is why they bought him. Always gets injured.
Yeah. And the team's still very reliant on Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
I think Bruno Fernandes, his quality is there for all to see, but take Bruno Fernandes out of that, and I don't know how the team looks.
Looks average like that.
It's also a juggle. It's also a juggle about who's going to perform between Martial and Rashford.
100%.
Like, fortunately for you guys, in that last run of 5 games, if one doesn't perform, the other does.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, like, things have been working out for you guys. We can't deny that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, how long can you guys last?
Yeah.
How many goals has Rashford got this season?
14, 15?
Not in the Premier.
In the Prem, I'm not sure.
I'll check.
Just check.
Yeah. So
7.
7 in the Prem.
7 to your 14.
How many goals has Martial got this season?
2 in all comps. 2 in all comps. So
Really?
it must be 1 in the Prem.
Okay.
Cavani's got more than him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see those the 2 strikers that I'm mentioning over there.
Yeah.
That's striker I can think of. That's Sheffield United when they're having a good run of form. 7 goals is for a top club. 7 goals.
Then this league is easy.
Okay, but
that's Sheffield United.
let's also not forget about Bruno's 11.
Eh?
Bruno has 11.
I'm talking for strikers.
Eh?
For strikers, as a top team, you can't have a striker that scores 7 goals.
No, 100% I agree with you, right? But then there's also the counter argument to say, with those players misfiring, United somehow find themselves in second. With those players misfiring, so who then is doing well?
Just Fernandes.
It's just Fernandes. Okay, which is fine. I mean, you don't necessarily need anything else than to get second.
No, to get second.
To be sitting in second, if it's only Bruno Fernandes firing, because I disagree with you there. I think Rashford is firing
with 7 goals.
7 goals and performances. He's a winger. He's not a striker. He's a winger. Martial is a striker. He's a left winger. He's been playing on the right.
But you guys are doing the same thing. You're playing the same way as when Ronaldo used to be there. So your goals will come from that side.
I disagree.
Have you got a target up top?
We've got there's Martial and there's Cavani.
Okay. But then where are your goals coming from? From the wings?
Yeah, mostly from Rashford.
So if you're not getting the striker to score goals, you're playing like when Ronaldo was there?
No. That's, if you look at it that simply, then yes, but that's not the case.
Spin the story for me?
No, it's not a case of spinning a story. When there was Ronaldo there, it was Rooney and Tevez up front, combining with Giggs that used to put the game out on the left quite a bit so that Ronaldo can get one-on-ones to score. I don't think it's the same. Rashford with his goals still has to beat however many people to get a goal, to get a shot in. I don't think it's the same. I don't think the team is geared up to Rashford the way the team was geared up to Ronaldo.
It's not geared up the same.
Okay.
The point I'm trying to get across is when you don't have a top striker banging in goals, you're not going to make Premier League champions.
Fair enough. And my question is not to the championship or to winning the title. It's to how have they done over the past 5 games.
Yeah, we've got to look things over the course of the season because any team can decide how have you done over the past 5 games, and it'll be well at any single point in the season over the past 5 games.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, what we're trying to get at is top of the table, and we must judge teams according to that.
Okay. So who will finish above them? Just lastly,
who will finish above
them?
them?
If you want to speak to the top of the table, then
Tottenham,
Tottenham,
Spurs. Spurs, City, Leicester.
Spurs, City, Leicester.
Yeah.
Don't you mean Liverpool?
Liverpool.
Okay. So you think they won't finish top 4? Okay.
For me, almost quite similar to you, but except the Leicester, because Jamie Vardy's not on that scoring form that he was last season.
If Everton get the act together, might not be top 4 either.
Okay. Let's go on to Manchester City, because I think you also left them out of that top 4. But
you did.
Oh, you did. Okay. Anyway, I was going to say it's a quick fire question.
He was essentially saying you'll be like 5th or 6th.
Okay, fair enough. It's down to opinions. Mm-hmm. But let's go on to Manchester City, because obviously the league has been dominated by Liverpool and Manchester City for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. So since we last recorded, Manchester City 1-1 draw with West Brom at home, a 1-0 win away to Southampton, a 2-0 win at home to Newcastle, and a 3-1 win away to Chelsea. How are we seeing Manchester City? So I think let me start here. I think from a Manchester City perspective, I think before even in the context of this podcast and that, I've been praising their defense actually. Ruben Diaz and that, and I think defensively they're still doing quite well, and I think that's 3 wins and a draw in 4 games. I think they and a masterclass of a performance against Chelsea. I think maybe we use that word lightly, but I think that was genuinely one.
It was.
I think
with
that
5
was
players out to COVID,
yeah.
and you still do that. Masterclass.
Yeah.
With 5 players out.
They had 5 guys who tested positive.
Remember, their training center got shut down because of the outbreak. They had a game postponed. Okay.
Let me just try and figure it out from the lineup.
In that game, they played Kevin De Bruyne up front.
He played a striker. Okay. But he just said there's 5 players. I don't remember exactly who the 5 players were. He wasn't being revealing, but he just essentially said
the goalkeeper that started against Chelsea,
Mendy was out. Yeah, okay. Mendy out. I think also
Mendy's in and out the team. So
yeah, two goalkeepers out.
Keepers out.
Yeah,
Edison. Someone else was out. Bernardo Silva.
Zinchenko started.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva was out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
but he's also in and out the team.
No, but still,
just to the run of fixtures. I mean, that's 3 wins in 4 games. They had a game that was postponed also.
Yeah.
But in those games, I don't think they were outplayed or lucky I think it was 4 good performances. West Brom defended for their lives.
Yeah.
West Brom defended for their lives. Uncle Curtis, let me start at you. So I think obviously City have won their last 3 games in a row. Their last game they didn't even have a striker up front, although I think Aguero did come off the bench.
He came off the bench, yes.
Yeah. So we've spoken to City a little bit this year about how they'll ride their injuries, and especially up front. I think the number 9 position is where we spoke about. So what's your views on Manchester City, and especially after this run of games? Are they now starting to pick up a run of form? I think they're 4 points off the top, if I'm right.
Even with those COVID what things happening, to me those are expected results.
Yeah.
West Brom, unexpected, they drew.
Yeah.
Tell me the other games there.
West Brom, then they beat Southampton away. Then Newcastle at home and Man City away. Chelsea away.
Expected.
Yeah.
Chelsea haven't beat a top 10 team.
Yeah.
Give them praise for that.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
No. Frank Lampard must stay. What am I saying? Frank Lampard must stay.
So the results are more expected, so you're not learning anything new from the team. You're not.
No.
For me, I think the Chelsea victory was impressive.
Yeah.
Considering how many players they'd lost.
Yeah.
Even before that, there was a time where City didn't look stable. They were losing games that they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of stability in those past couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
So let's give it to them. Things are coming right. Aguero's been back for a while now.
He's done.
So it looks like Pep is going to get rid of him soon because even though Aguero was back, fully fit, he's been fit for a couple of weeks, probably 2-3 weeks.
Maybe. Yeah.
You can see that he's planning on getting rid of him because his contract runs out in the summer, or UK summer.
Yeah. But Mr. Potion, now this run of results have seen City's 4 points off the top, but they've played 2 less games than Liverpool. So I know games in hand, you still have to win them, but if they did, they'd be above Liverpool.
Yeah.
So this run of form, they defending better, that kind of thing. Do you have more confidence in City for a title challenge?
To tell you the truth, the area that they've improved in is in defense.
Yeah.
But now the attack is suffering because of the injuries and complications they're having in the front line.
Yeah.
You have Jesus, who hasn't found his form in quite a while.
Long time. Yeah.
He's cutting out Aguero from the team.
Yeah.
So it all depends what's going to happen in January. Is he going to get someone new?
Yeah.
Or is he just going to ride it out with his midfielders and just play false 9? If he does that, I'm not so sure about the season.
To me, Pep is building a strong base for next season. I still expect Liverpool to win.
You still expect Liverpool to win. I just want to give a note to João Cancelo. I think he's been playing amazing.
Good.
I think he's been playing
good couple
amazing.
of games.
Yeah.
Good couple of games.
Get from right back position or left back where he's played, but he's getting into the center with Rodri, spraying the ball through quite a bit. So I think, in my opinion, Man City is still the main challenger to Liverpool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. No.
Yeah. So I
playing down his team's hope so he doesn't get broken in the end. That's what you do, Lucas.
How am I playing down my team's hope when we start?
You join top.
You join top, bro. Embrace it.
Sure. For now, but start of the season, I didn't say we're going to have a title challenge.
Yeah, but you join top.
Okay.
Embrace it.
Okay.
I've actually heard some Man United supporters say. I've heard them saying that they're going to win.
Okay.
They're going to win the season.
You know how I know Man United is going to start losing again very soon?
Keep this energy. We're going to talk about Arsenal. Keep this energy.
Yeah.
Keep this energy.
Yes.
These guys want to be petty.
That's the thing, man. I know Man United is going to start losing, man.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw Rio Ferdinand tweet, Ole is at the wheel.
Yes.
Yeah.
It happened around the same way. Remember when you guys beat PSG?
Yeah.
And then he started talking the same guy. I think it was around about the same time last year.
Yeah, it would be
March.
No. It was just
if you're saying when we beat PSG last season.
Yeah, it was groups. It was
that was last 16. That was last 16. So that's about.
So
Feb.
it was
was about
around
Feb.
Feb. So that's what I'm saying. He likes this New Year thing of backing you guys.
And you guys have to have a tough run of fixtures coming up.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
I think there's a Southampton in there. There's Arsenal. There's Liverpool. I forgot the other.
There's an Everton. Yeah.
So if you walk away with 6 points, your boy Christian.
Which one?
Rio.
Fair enough. Who do you guys want to chat about next? I think let's go on to Chelsea.
Let's go. Got my agenda right.
Let's go. Let's go on to Chelsea. So as it currently stands, Chelsea sitting 9th in the table, 7 points off the top.
How many points behind? What position is Arsenal sitting there?
3
Arsenal's
points.
11. 3 points of Chelsea. Yeah. After we lost 10 games on the road.
3 points of Chelsea, yeah?
After we lost 7 games. Oh, boy, white privilege FC. English guys who get the benefit of the doubt. Home. And they said Frank Lampard, as they say. Let's go.
So let's go on to Chelsea's fixtures, right? Since we last recorded. So Chelsea lost 2-1 away from home against Wolves.
Top 10 team, lost.
Sure. Then they won 3-0 at home to West Ham.
Bottom 10 team.
Right.
Well done.
Then they lost 3-1 away to Arsenal.
Top 10 team, lost. No, in general.
Oh, okay, sure. Then there was a 1-1 draw with Aston Villa at home.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And then that loss we just spoke about at home to Manchester City.
Top 10 team, lost.
So this is a loss, a win, a loss, a draw, a loss. So 1 win in 5, 1 draw in 5, and 3 losses.
Okay, let me put it this way, right? 1 win in 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then their form overall is very shaky over the whole season. And I put it this way because Arsenal lost 5 out of 7 games, and with 3 points behind you, it shows how up and down your form is. It shows you are not a top manager because you can't get a consistent run of form. So basically, you play a top 10 team, you lose. You play a bottom 10 team, you win.
So can I just ask you, because you're making the example to say they're only 3 points ahead of Arsenal. So
this is
is this to Arsenal's deterrence or to Chelsea? Because
it's to Frank Lampard.
If he's a bad manager because he's only 3 points above Arsenal, how many points is it supposed to be?
Don't look at it in that way. The way you should look at it is this is Arsenal's worst start to a Premier League season since 1950 something. Right? This is an Arsenal team that lost 5 out of 7 games.
Yeah.
All right. Any other manager at any other club is getting fired. If you're coaching Arsenal and you're losing, Emery got fired for his run of form last year. He didn't even lose games; he was drawing games left, right. Right. People have been raving about Frank Lampard when he won a couple of games against Sheffield, against. Well, give me another team at the bottom of this so I can against Burnley.
He hasn't beaten the top 10 team this season.
Like against Burnley. Give me the bottom of the tables over there. I just want to see it. So it's like Sheffield, Burnley. I don't think of anyone else who's at the bottom.
I'll give you some of their results before the Wolves game. Right. Okay. So they beat Leeds. Okay, they beat Newcastle. They beat Sheffield United. They beat Burnley. I think
Newcastle bottom half team.
Crystal
Palace generally a bottom half team.
Yeah.
And they beat Brighton. You know that they beat Brighton bottom half team.
Yeah.
You know I think
probably even Fulham. They probably had fun with Fulham.
Yeah. But the point I'm trying to get across here is, man, the English media is trying to force Frank Lampard as being some great tactician.
Yeah.
Let's look at Frank Lampard's managerial career.
Okay. Yeah.
Supposed to get
for one season.
For one season, was supposed to get them promoted. Did you get them promoted?
No, I think he lost the playoff final to Villa.
Okay, where he lost the game, but he lost. Then what happens? They decide, you should be Chelsea manager because you play exciting football.
Yeah.
Guys, Chelsea won't win trophies while playing exciting football. Forget about it. Go find a Mourinho type manager or defend for your lives. You're not a top club in London. Forget about it. You second behind Arsenal in London, right? So I look at it from that point of view. They overhyped him as a manager, and he's showing that he's not worth it. Because Chelsea's squad, Werner not hitting it off, Ziyech not hitting it off, Pulisic not hitting it off, Kai Havertz not hitting it off. What the hell is Mason Mount doing in that team? Get him out of it. He's. I know you like him, Lucas, man.
Yeah, I think he's been their best player.
But he's Darren Fletcher to Man United too.
I'd argue
you don't base the team around.
The best player of the last month has been Giroud.
Yeah, you can even
of the last month. Yeah, definitely. But I think so far over the season,
and you're not funny enough in the last couple of games. That's why I'm very confused what Frank is doing.
Yeah,
are you choosing to play the guy that you paid big bucks for in Werner? And leaving out Giroud, who's on top form right now.
You know that's the thing, man.
So they're 3 points off Spurs in 4th. I mean, we're saying it's a crazy season. They were up at the top. A couple of results have brought them down. A couple of results might bring them back up.
He's just showing me he's a mid-table manager like his uncle Jamie Redknapp.
based off, because I can imagine a Chelsea fan listening to this right now, right? If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd say let's put some skin in the game. Why are we saying this?
You can't beat a top 10 team for shit,
right? What factors is doing that? Because last season we said they conceded a lot of goals, such and such. This season they've conceded the same as Liverpool. They haven't won games in that, but I'm just trying to get us to get into the conversation.
The same as Liverpool, but look at what Liverpool are missing. They're missing their centre-back partner.
Yeah, but I'm trying to speak to Chelsea.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what is Chelsea doing right or wrong? So let's speak to Chelsea.
What they're doing right, they recruited right. What they're doing wrong, Frank Lampard's manager.
Okay, but let's not act like Liverpool didn't have a blunder of a game where they conceded 7. So
Yeah, you guys. But what I'm trying to
that's
say,
what I'm saying. Like, don't compare them to Liverpool. Compare them to someone else. Liverpool's goals right now.
yeah, they
Like
shouldn't
the
be.
goals
Should
that
be
they
because of that one
conceded,
game.
it was because of that one game.
Yeah.
So let's not use Liverpool as that high measure.
Yeah.
Because Liverpool's down there with everyone.
Yeah. So I think for me they're not doing well at this moment. Obviously, the last couple of games have shown us that. But I think it's for me if I'm to analyze Chelsea, they're defending better this season. They've putting N'Golo Kante back in essential defensive midfield position has been good for them in a lot of places.
Past couple of games, he struggled.
Like
no support.
Yeah, he has no support. Like let's say against Manchester City, Kovacic and Mason Mount were being played high up the pitch.
But did you see that run that Conte had against City, against Sterling, to catch that guy, catch him up? Conte is doing his job.
Conte is doing his job. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I also I don't know. I feel bad for him.
Who you feel bad for?
For Kante.
Okay, I thought you were about to say Frank Lampard.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Look. There's also inconsistencies in the lineup from injuries, but maybe also rotation and
Chelsea injuries.
Yes.
Which injuries?
Ziyech has been in and out. Pulisic has been injured. Callum Hudson-Odoi just came back.
Odoi, who doesn't do nothing, who plays one game every 10, 12.
Okay, but when I said Ziyech and Pulisic, you ignored until I said the third one.
No. Wait.
There's 2 positions.
But with Ziyech didn't start the season.
Sure.
Ziyech just came. So Ziyech has been available.
Okay.
Like for a while. He's been available. He's just not. He doesn't have
he's been
impact.
injured.
No,
He's been
available.
He's been the best attacking threat.
No, he hasn't.
What? He played against City. What did he do?
Yeah, they
Best
lost.
attacking threat.
Yeah, they didn't have any attacking
How many
threat.
games has Ziyech played
Not
this season?
many.
Yeah.
To my point, to
No,
say
but
they've
let me
been
put it this way.
having
I
injuries.
know there's something wrong with Chelsea.
Yeah.
You're saying Ziyech, a player who came this season, didn't start this season,
Mhm.
played 1 or 2 games as their best attacking threat. Oh, that's terrible, man. The best way I can put it is Frank Lampard doesn't deserve the job.
Fair enough.
Never deserved the job.
And funny enough, you say Ziyech has been out for most of the season. Ziyech has played 8 games.
Out of 17.
Yes, he was out in the beginning. Remember that.
Yeah, but
I
you're
acknowledge he was
saying
out
he's played 8 games. I'm saying that Chelsea have played 17.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
what I'm telling you is
he's
that in
been
the
a-
beginning of the season,
He came
i.e., probably first 10, he was out. And then it was that thing of trying to bring him into the game.
Yeah.
So you're telling me in those 8 games that he's played, as this creative genius that you've called him,
No, I've said he's their best attacking threat.
the best attacking threat with 1 goal and 3 assists.
From the
He's
games
got
he's
10
played,
numbers.
He's had. Yes, I'm not comparing him to other players. I'm saying for a Chelsea perspective. I'm saying if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm saying just
You
wait
know
until
who's the best
Ziyech
attacking
gets
threat in
firing.
Chelsea?
Just wait until
You know who's the best attacking threat for Chelsea?
Giroud.
Giroud has 9. Okay,
And
9
he's
goals
coming
and
off the bench.
9 games and 3 goals
Yeah.
off the bench and starting.
No,
some of the
they
games.
definitely don't show him enough love. I don't know how he didn't start against City.
But either way, this is all down to Frank Lampard. Nobody else to blame for Chelsea's form besides Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
He's like his uncle Harry Redknapp.
Harry Redknapp.
He'll go to Tottenham and get them into top 4 one season, and people will think he's great.
Yeah.
Guys, the English need to get over the fact that there's no good English managers. Just continue hiring foreign managers. Your English managers suck, otherwise you get Big Sam. Right?
They're still riding Graham Potter.
Yeah.
Brighton, who's
They were-
17,
They were crying, saying that he's a brilliant manager.
who's
Look at-
doing the
yes.
same points as Chris Hughton.
I remember when there was the agenda when they were trying to get rid of Wenger and they were trying to get the Bournemouth manager in.
Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe. And I'm like, you better get that white privilege FC man out of my club. And that's the thing, guys. I don't have anything against white people. I have things against English white people. They're hella privileged.
Wow.
Everybody else, you
In
cool.
football,
In football.
Yes.
In football. I just have a
Football
problem.
context purely.
I have a problem against English managers.
purely on a football perspective. Okay, so just to wrap up Chelsea, because they're 7 points from the top. We've seen how quickly 7 points can swing. They also probably are. They're only 3 points above Arsenal. It can swing both ways, but going into, we're just shy of halfway through the season. Chelsea, top 4 race, title race, top 4 race, Mr. Potion.
Not top 4.
I'll have to look at the games.
Not top 4.
I don't think they're in the top 4 race. Yeah. They're probably going to try fight for Europa, like us.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't see them going back to Champions League next season. There's too many teams fighting.
Put it right. Frank Lampard was in 9th position and needed to win the FA Cup final to make it to the Europa League. That man is losing that final. He's not a good manager.
When was he in 9th position winning?
I'm just saying if he wasn't.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were saying last season, because I mean they were in the Champions.
Because I'll tell you this: what's wrong with that Chelsea team?
Besides the manager, nothing.
As in, where do they have holes?
In fact, the only problem I have with the Chelsea team, and this goes to Frank Lampard as a manager. Last season he brought in youngsters, cool. Then this season he brought in Thiago Silva, who's 36, to try and steady defense. I think that's a mistake for the simple fact of he's 36.
I don't think it was a mistake. I think it worked for a long time. No, there was a run of games where Thiago Silva was getting clean sheets. Yeah, I'm saying the problem started when because I can see Reece James has had injury problems. Yeah. So when they bring in Azpilicueta to play, Azpilicueta sucks, dude. No, I'm sorry, but he sucks.
But he's older.
No, he sucks. No, seriously, he sucks. Don't you remember there was a game, was it Community Shield or FA Cup final where we played against Chelsea? I can't remember.
FA Cup final, and then he kept on getting space on the one.
He owned him. Like, he owned him. He's not the player he used to be. He's getting old. Okay, Shaq. Me saying he sucks is harsh. He's just getting old.
He's not the player.
Yes.
Guys, what I'm trying to say is it's bad management because Chelsea's defensive problems are more long. They shouldn't have gone for a 36-year-old PSG player. They should have gone for a more experienced 28-year-old player who will give you 3-4 good seasons.
Yeah. So to Uncle Curtis's point, I'll agree with him in that I see Chelsea's problems as being in-game management, right? Because they've scored 32 goals. That's in line with the rest of the table. They've conceded 21 goals. That's not drastically ahead of, United's conceded more. That's the same as Leicester and Liverpool. But when you say you have the same goals for and goals against with the teams in and around you, how are you still losing games? I think that's down to the manager. I think Thiago Silva hasn't done badly for me. I think he's done well, but they've still lost games, and I'll put that to Frank Lampard.
Thiago Silva can't keep a clean sheet against a top 10 team, so he's done badly to me.
Fair enough. But just going on to, do you want to get straight into Arsenal?
Let's go into Arsenal. I'm not speaking about it because I'm in a good mood today.
Let's get into Arsenal. So as we said, Arsenal 11th in the table. But since we last recorded, there was a 1-1 draw at home to Southampton, a 2-1 away loss to Everton, a 3-1 home victory to Chelsea, a 1-0 away victory at Brighton, and a 4-0 away victory at West Bromwich Albion. So since we last recorded, that's last 3 games are wins. So 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. How are we seeing that as the state of Arsenal? I think early in the season, 3 wins looked far away, but I think these are 3 good wins. Especially against West Brom and Brighton. I think Arsenal did control the game in that. I think Chelsea is a good victory. Not necessarily a good performance, but you don't expect a good performance coming out of the run of results they had. So at this point here, Uncle Curtis is perked up ready. So at this point now, how are we seeing Arsenal? As in, does this run of form or run of results, how's that making you feel for Arsenal?
It hasn't changed my opinions on Arteta, right?
Which were? Sorry.
He's very rigid in his
Highlights.
tactics.
Yeah.
Nah, it just shows me the flaws that we've been pointing out the whole season. As soon as he puts somebody in that position who can play that thing, it worked.
You're referring to Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe. Okay, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not like those other Arsenal fans that are saying Smith Rowe is our savior. He's not. He's a 20-year-old kid who's has a good run of, I don't want to say good run of form, who's playing in that position, but because he's a player who can make those movements that a number 10 can do, and he's done nothing spectacular besides to do one assist for us. All right?
Yeah, he's simply passed forward.
He's had a lot of assists for us.
No, still not. In the running games against Saka.
No, man. He had...
Cool. But either way, what I'm trying to get at...
He had an assist during the Chelsea game, I think.
Okay, I'll see.
And in the West Brom.
Okay.
But had 2 assists.
Two. But what I'm trying to get at now is players passing forward, players that are willing to take the risk.
Yeah.
Right? Which shows me that Arteta should never have left Ozil out the squad, whether he likes him or not, whether he thinks that's work hard enough. You need those forward-thinking players. Because I think it was against Burnley. I saw Elneny playing in midfield. Nah? And I like him in midfield now, but when he doesn't have another creative player ahead of him, he's useless to me. Because there was a run where I saw, I think it was Pepe was on the wing, and another player was to his left. You know what Elneny did? He turned around and passed back to the keeper. Is that my FC? No, I don't like boring football like that. Nah?
Yeah.
You bring Smith Rowe in, he's not doing passes that light up the world, but he's doing forward moving passes. He's putting defenses on pressure and stuff like that. Imagine if we had a World Cup winner who was in the team doing that. It would be so much better.
To tell you the truth, in the past couple of games, well, before we started winning, I think the problem we had is that when we play, Arteta stresses ball position more than anything else. So players don't take risky passes. There's only a few players who are allowed to take risky passes that are nominated that privilege. It'll normally be David Luiz. If David Luiz is not there, it'll be Xhaka or any other centre-back who's just going to do the long balls or take the risky balls.
So he's trying to play back from defence when he shouldn't.
Yeah.
He should be playing at number 10 because half the games we lost by narrow margins, and that's because we weren't attacking enough. Because as much as we had ball possession, we were doing nothing with the ball.
Yeah.
Right? You need those creative players. So unless he fixes, if he thinks he's going to go with Smith Rowe, who has a dodgy track record for the rest of the season, we'll pay for it. We'll finish 10th.
Okay. So if we look at the last 3 games is 3 Arsenal wins, right? And obviously with the context of the whole season in that, but the last 3 games is wins. You guys don't sound... How confident do those last 3 wins make you, Mr. Potion? Do you feel like your club has turned the corner?
To tell you the truth, besides Chelsea, the other opponents weren't really that great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we beat Brighton, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah,
we beat West Brom, who fired their coach, who they brought in Sam Allardyce.
Yeah.
Nothing special. We're supposed to do that.
On a side note, man, I'd like to laugh at Big Sam for saying Arsenal are the relegation rivals. Because that man beat Wenger 6 times in over 30 games and you thought he was some top-class manager.
So that's the thing. Like, you look at those runner games. Besides us beating Chelsea, like, for me, I watched that game. And even when we were like 2-0 up, I didn't believe it. 3-0, I was like, okay, so we're going to win this. And then when Chelsea scored 1, I immediately thought, yeah, we're going to draw this. So that's why I'm saying that for me, it's still not sitting well. I'm not saying that Arsenal's back. Yeah, we've had what's his name? We've had a run of creativity, but that's because he decided to finally trust the youngsters.
Yeah.
And have been playing in Europa and all the other cup games. So
I'll give him a master stroke of moving Saka to the right wing. He's looking like a decent player over there. Mm-hmm. He's scoring. He's taking on players. He's the one driving our things for our goal.
Yeah.
And I'm liking the link-up play between Saka, Smith Rowe, and I forget the other. I forget who it is, but I'm liking the link-up play that's going on there. They seem to have
Yeah.
I think it was
going that way.
in that game. It was Lacazette.
And Lacazette,
yeah. So
also been very great. Very great run of form.
So, Uncle Curtis, do you feel that Arsenal has turned the corner? Do you expect better results from Arsenal now going forward?
No, we're one injury away from Smith Rowe from playing like farmers again.
Yeah,
with no direction.
Okay, but Lacazette, Aubameyang.
No,
when did he get a goal?
He didn't get a goal.
No,
but he at least got one somewhere.
Southampton, I think.
Or was it Southampton? Yeah.
But again, a penalty.
No, it was a equalizer, curled it to the bottom right.
He did score a penalty also somewhere.
Against you guys.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get at now, Lacazette is playing well because he's got a number 10. He doesn't have to play that number 10 role that Arteta was trying to play.
Lacazette's not. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Aubameyang.
Aubameyang is not going to play well for a while because they're asking him to do too much. He was running up and down the wing. He looks like this season I'm writing him off.
No, to tell you the truth, the reason he's not playing well is it's getting in his head that he's not scoring. There's times you can see when he misses and like his body language, like you can see like he's just sad.
I'm putting that on the manager for putting him on that wing.
Okay, so what do we expect from Arsenal now? Because now this is 3 wins in a row. It was, a while without a win. It's lack of confidence,
inconsistency,
all those things we mentioned before. But now this is 3 wins in a row, right? So maybe let me start at you, Uncle Curtis. In the previous run, you talked about confidence, lack of confidence. 3 wins in a row should be confidence, right?
It should be confidence, but I'm still expecting inconsistencies. We'll win some, we'll lose some. We'll win some, we'll lose some. To what end? So at a top 4, top 6, are you expecting to be out of that or challenging in that? Out of top 6.
Out without challenging.
I mean, unless we get another creative midfielder. As I said, we are literally one injury away from Smith Rowe from playing like cricket.
Okay.
One injury.
Okay. Uncle Mr. Potion, do you agree with Chris? Top 6, not in contention.
I think
because you're not far off it.
Yeah, we're not.
You're 10 points off the top, if I understand.
Yeah, we're 10 points off the top.
But you have to look at what the change was. Do we have a player that can replace that player?
6 points off the top.
Yeah,
top 4.
We don't. Like if we've got a player that can replace Smith Rowe if he gets injured, we have him in Ozil. But is he also going to play? No, he's not. Ozil is just going to continue eating his salary until the end of the season because I don't see them registering.
I think what needs to happen is that they need to respect Arteta's wishes. If they want to keep him, respect his wishes because he's also said he wants to get rid of a lot of players.
Yeah.
Let him get rid of a lot of players because there's a lot of dead weight in that Arsenal side.
Okay.
The guys were just coasting by.
So sort of write the season off.
They're getting
stronger for next.
Yeah, they're getting paid ridiculous amounts of money. Like I think Mustafi's getting paid 100,000.
But he plays him.
No, he plays him because it's one of those. What can you do now?
You see, the one thing I can say is Arteta has
Socrates.
But what I'll admit, Arteta said he has made mistakes and I respect him for that.
Yes. Right? So what I'm saying is that there's a lot of guys...
You expect him to continue making mistakes because you're not expecting to be in the top 6.
No, it all depends on what happens during the signing period. If he's going to keep the players, because they've complained saying that these guys are just riding the wave who don't want to put in the work.
Yeah.
Ozil's one of them.
We can't bring Ozil to this conversation. He hasn't played one Premier League game.
Yeah.
But he's still collecting money.
Does the problem... Hold on. Does the problem still not stand, though? This is 17 games, 20 goals.
Hey, it does stand, but what I just want to get back to coaching, what I was saying is, when you look at the players that defend Ozil, the players don't have a problem with Ozil. The players have problems with other players. So that's why I say, let's leave Ozil out of this, right? Because he hasn't played a Premier League game this season. And
as much as you like Ozil, you must admit that the fact there's something wrong with the highest paid player.
I will not turn the play.
Hold on. Can I ask a question? You're asking to leave Ozil out of the conversation.
He hasn't played.
Yeah, but it's a choice. It's Arsenal's choice. So why can't he be in the conversation? If your manager decides not to play him, your manager gets a buy for that. It's his choice.
No, I'm saying let's not blame Ozil for anything. I didn't say it's the manager's choice. I still blame the manager for not registering.
Okay.
But we are not going to blame Arsenal's problems on the dressing room or anything like that. On the player that he chose to leave out.
Yeah.
Right? We're not going to blame Ozil for that.
Yeah.
Right? When we look at the players that defended Ozil, a lot of first team players defended.
Which players do get blamed, right? Because Arsenal's 20 goals in 17 games. Who's Arsenal's top scorer in the league?
Like I said,
with how many?
7.
Okay. So which players start to get blamed? Because
I blame the manager.
Lacazette, 7 goals in 17 games. I'd say that's in and about his level, so I won't blame him.
It's not 17 games.
Eh? No, I'm saying Arsenal has played 17 games.
But he hasn't played 17.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming him. What do you want me to say?
Don't say 7 goals in 17 games. It's not like Rashford.
Rashford's better than him.
Well,
but no. So my point is not to Lacazette, guys. Let's not go check Lacazette. I'm saying who is to blame.
I'm not going to let you write that. Who's to blame? The manager. I've said this countless times.
Which players?
Well, I said the manager.
Yeah. The manager, yes. But let's talk to the players, because the players play the game. The players have played 17 games and scored 20 goals.
No,
are they absolved of what's happening in 17
I think there's players in that squad. Number one, Kolasinac, they just got rid of him now.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's players who are getting like paychecks that are quite high, like about 100,000. But then you get an Arsenal Academy player playing better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that doesn't make sense.
You see, but guys,
like this, and it's a lot in the defense and midfield area.
But at the same time, I hear you on that, man. They're getting high salaries, man. I'll always be for players in this. They didn't force the club to give them those contracts, right? Well, what I haven't been liking is like, I remember when we gave Ozil that 350,000 per week contract, right? Everybody wanted to sign it. There wasn't one Arsenal fan that did not want him to sign it. It didn't work out, cool, right? But do not blame him for getting a check for free. That man's career has got 3-4 years. You can't blame the player for that. Aubameyang gets a huge contract. He gets off form. Then all of a sudden they say we should play the youngsters above him.
No, for me it's not that. I don't compare Aubameyang's situation and Ozil's situation the same way.
But that's how Ozil's situation started.
No. I'll tell you this. Ozil never worked hard.
Guys, wait. Let's keep this 2 results.
Yeah.
Or let's frame this 2 results, right?
Yeah.
Because now Arsenal's last 3-4 results have been better than what they've been over the season, and it's been a bit of an increase, right?
Mm.
So at this point now, right? At this point, let's say from here to the rest of the season, you guys still don't expect good things from...
If you sign a creative midfielder, I expect good things.
Okay, what if you don't? Let's leave the what ifs out of it. Okay, we are now.
Okay, fine. With this squad, if Smith Rowe doesn't get injured, we keep the squad.
Let's say nobody gets injured.
Then I see us winning games, drawing some games.
To what end? But outside of the top 6.
We'll barely make top 6
if we make it. We barely make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll barely make it. Because we're already too far behind.
Yeah, I believe the same thing. I think...
but you're 6 points off top 4. You're not too far behind anything.
6 points. I don't... Like, Chelsea are going through a bad run of form.
Chelsea's bad run of form was 4 games. They dropped from like 3rd to 8th. Like, we're saying it's a crazy season.
But listen to what I'm saying.
To other teams.
Right? But, like, let's say if Chelsea start winning games again. Right? We have to hope that they go on another bad run of form and we win every game.
Because they're better.
No, not because they're better. Because we're already behind them.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So I think on Arsenal we've spoken about it there. I think it's let's wait and see.
Spurs.
I'm not hearing too much confidence in Arsenal. I was really expecting to hear a lot of confidence in Arsenal.
But you got to be realistic.
Yeah?
You got to be realistic.
Fair enough. But let's go on to Spurs, right?
Mm.
So Spurs, since we last recorded, they lost 2-1 away against Liverpool. Then they lost 2-0 at home to Leicester. Drew 1-1 away at Wolves and won 3-0 against Leeds. Right. So that run of form, that's what? That's 1 win in 4, 2 losses and 1 draw. Right. And it's obviously seen them drop down the table to 4th position, and they're now 4 points off the top with the game in hand. Again, the game in hand only counts when you get the victories. But how are we feeling about Spurs? And I think let me start at Mr. Potion, because I know Uncle Curtis, it's his favorite team to watch. Loves Mourinho.
Mourinho with his form and his counter-attacking football, those last 4 results show me what type of club he is.
Sure.
So for me, looking at that, it's a bad run from Spurs, considering that they were number 1 at some point. Yeah, they were number 1 at some point. So it's a bad run. You don't expect them to lose to Leicester. Liverpool sharp. In that game, Spurs didn't take their chances, and then Liverpool just had championship mentality. Yeah. Took that game. The 1-1 draw to Wolves, I didn't expect that, considering that Jimenez was out.
Yeah.
3-0 to Leeds. Leeds just didn't show up.
No, Leeds showed up. It was classic counter-attack.
Oh, is it?
They dominated that game, Leeds. But Mourinho controlled it. They had more possession, they had more shots, but just wasn't Leeds there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Look, when it comes to Leeds, because of how Leeds play, right? They sort of try to play 1-for-1 across the whole pitch. I think they'll, well, not always, but they tend to lose against teams that are just better than them.
Yeah.
Hey, but
So, I mean, United gave them 6-2. I'm not going to go off the roof about it.
But like I was saying with Leeds, that game, like each time Spurs scored, they scored off the counter. So it wasn't that they played well. It's that thing that I was complaining about. It's Kane, Son. They don't score, we're not winning.
Okay. So let me start at you, Mr. Potion. So Spurs' last four games, like I said, the loss to Liverpool and Leicester, the draw with Wolves, the win at Leeds United. Is your view on Spurs changing? Is it consistent? How does that run of form make you feel about them?
Like Chris said, I think with Spurs, it's the Harry Kane and Son show. Mm-hmm. If they don't perform, then I don't see anyone else stepping up. Yeah. Gareth Bale out again. Did nothing.
Yeah. He's been coasting on.
Yeah,
he's like at Madrid for years.
Talking about Ozil's 300, that man's on 6.
Yeah. So you can literally see like that. Yeah, there's a problem now. Like, how can you come and you seemed revitalized? You were crying, saying it's a breath of fresh air being back, a place that you loved, and you do nothing.
Yeah. Now you can see why Madrid wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah, like
that man loves golf more than football.
Yeah, you can clearly see that there's something in his head where he's just like, nah,
But I'm not sure we're going to speak about Spurs, guys. I don't like this team.
No, we're going to get into it.
Yeah, so, so the goals don't come from there.
What can you say? No,
if those guys dry up, if that wall dries up with Harry Kane and Son, then I don't know what's going to happen to them.
So, let me throw this to you, Mr. Curtis. So, okay, you never really had them in a title conversation, but you mentioned them in your top 4 conversation earlier. So I probably have my answer already. But Spurs, after this run of form, title challenges, top 4 challenges, top 6 challenges, nowhere at all.
Top 6 challenges.
Top 6. Yeah.
As I said, they're just one injury from Kane or Son away from starting to lose games. Yeah. You said they lost to who over there?
Leicester and Liverpool.
Drew to who?
Wolves.
And beat who?
Leeds. Look, it's not the easiest run of games. They didn't do well in it.
Top 4 teams win those games.
Eh?
Top 4 teams win.
Top 4 teams beat Liverpool and Leicester.
No, they beat Leicester and Wolves.
Okay, fair enough. So you don't expect them in the top 4 talk. It's back to top 6 talk.
You know, that's the thing. This season is crazy to me. So it depends on how badly the other teams play.
So I hear you on that, right? I just kind of want us to get into the conversation because, yes, definitely, I think the forms of other teams are going to play a big role, right? But that's true to every season.
Not really. If it was any other season and they had Mourinho with this run of form with these type of players, I would say they'll make top 6 easy.
Okay.
Okay, because they, again, as I say, they're one injury away from not performing.
Okay.
If you're assisting,
Imploding.
if your top goal scorers are both your top goal scorers and your top assist makers, you get rid of one, you're losing 80% of your goals.
Yeah.
How many goals has Bergwijn got? How many goals has Nassau got? How many goals has Højbjerg got? Like,
really not many.
Who else plays in that team? How many goals has Bale got?
Bale's got one in the league, I think.
You know, like
in the West Ham game.
I can even say in all competition, how many goals do these players have?
Yeah,
like
not many.
80 to 90% of their goals are from two players.
Yeah.
Ndombele is the next top scorer.
Yeah.
With
So
two.
Alderweireld, one.
Yeah.
And it's just ones from here.
So in my opinion of the last 4 games, right? They didn't come out of it with glory, right? I think the last 2 Liverpool, I think they did well, but Liverpool dominated. I think in the last 2 Leicester, I think Leicester were the better team. And the draw and the win in that, they didn't put themselves in glory, but I do also accept that it's not the easiest run of the games. I think Liverpool, the champions, Leicester, a top 6 challenger, Wolves is always difficult. So I think there's still, I still see them as top 4 challenger to me. I think the league favourites are still Liverpool and City to me. But I think of the best and the rest to finish third, I think they're still in that discussion. And I wouldn't even write them off from a title challenge, actually, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay, so I think, did we miss anyone?
We didn't miss anyone. But I got a side point that I want to talk about. Brexit happened, dog. Oof.
Yeah.
We were not going to get any more European Union players anymore. Did you guys see the clip of Sam Allardyce where they asked him remain or stay in the EU?
Yeah.
And he said leave. You see that clip?
He said leave the EU. No, I didn't see it.
Right? Guess what Sam Allardyce is complaining about this week?
What?
The 3 signings that he wanted to sign that would improve his squad all do not qualify under the new work permit rules to come play in England. And it is making me laugh because it's a typical Englishman's response when they all wanted to leave the EU and they didn't realize,
it's going to affect you.
You have a couple of foreigners in your team, but mate, your squad is compromised of 1, 2, 3. Like under these new rules, you can't sign any under 18 foreign nationals.
Yeah.
Right? You have to have played a certain amount of youth team games as well as international games to make the street team. They look at
that's at least better.
They have to look at the league position your team is in. So if
your ranking, your club too,
the league position your club is. Your club is 18th in Spain and you are the top goal scorer.
Yeah.
If you don't have international appearances in your bag, your points are going down. You're not going to be able to play in the league, which makes me laugh because I watch the Premier League because of all the foreign influence in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Or the youngsters that they get from foreign leagues.
Yeah.
Right? That make it exciting.
Yeah.
You say you can't sign youth under 18 foreign players? That's no Fabregas. What are the other foreign players?
Pogba.
That's no Pogba. There's a lot. I can't think of all the foreign players that are coming out now.
Yeah, Fabregas was signed at 16 from Barcelona. I think Pogba was signed at 16 from Le Havre.
Martinelli, we got him at a young age as well.
Martinelli might have been 18 already because Martinelli, you signed him from South America, right?
Yeah, but I think
that 18 rule was always there.
Okay.
For non-European players.
Okay. Yeah, but there's like a lot of players that won't make the cut.
Yeah.
I'm really laughing at Sam Allardyce because he wanted to leave. And it's like indicative of, I was reading a newspaper article and I won't mention the race, right? But there was a couple.
It wasn't Frank Lampard, was it?
There was a couple, right? And some girl, some tweet.
Yeah.
They were saying their parents voted to leave the EU.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. They left the EU. They moved to Spain, or they've been staying in Spain.
Yeah.
Right? And then they sent the SMS to the Sky Sports over there because when they were part of the EU, you can watch your Sky HD or whatever in the in England, in whatever European country.
Yeah.
And he said, we are unfortunately no longer able to offer this service. So now guess what? We have to watch the Spanish news channels in Spain.
100%.
You thought leave meant, I'll kick the foreigners out of my countries. But it meant that you can't go to foreign countries and enjoy your privilege on that other side. So that's what made me laugh about that whole stint. Sam Allardyce, you're getting relegated. You're not saving this team. Should have voted to stay.
Yeah. Okay, so just quickly, just to wrap up, I think we've seen, looking at those teams, I think since we last recorded, there's been about four or five fixtures for most for most of the teams. Can I just ask you in quick and short, just in relation to those 4 or 5 fixtures, who's impressed you the most? It doesn't obviously only have to be the teams we talked about. Who's maybe impressed you the most, and who's maybe disappointed you the most in that sequence? Everton impressed or disappointed?
Impressed. Okay. They fixed that bad run of Formula 1.
Yeah.
They're starting to grind out results, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0. And so that's the team that's impressed me the most.
Yeah.
The team that's disappointed me the most is Spurs. They haven't lost enough games.
Fair enough. Mr. Potion?
Impressed me the most. It's not really impressed me, but Everton, I'll give Everton that. Everton has done well. They fixed their problems.
Yeah.
You guys have done well in the last 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give it to you.
Yeah.
I'd say Everton and United.
Yeah.
The team that's disappointed me.
Yeah.
No one's.
Or maybe just surprised you in those last 4 or 5 fixtures.
Okay, sharp. Arsenal surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't expect them to. I thought it was going to be a run of losses again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank Lampard of C, for giving us our points.
Yeah, no, Lampard boosted us.
You saved us.
He boosted us mentally.
Yeah.
Like, that game changed everything. There's a little bit of confidence in the Arsenal side.
Yeah. Because
of that game. Disappointed me. I don't know. Let's say Chelsea.
Yeah.
They didn't disappoint me, but they did.
Yeah.
I don't know. How's Leicester looking?
Leicester's come about.
Leicester, no one's really disappointed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say disappoint is a big, it's just Chelsea, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. From my side, it's obviously United. Just happy with the way he's rotating the midfield and that. I still don't think it's the best, but I mean, 4 wins out of 5, so there. The team that surprised me the most is actually Spurs. I would have thought the Liverpool game. I mean, it's Liverpool at home with Liverpool's long unbeaten run, so losing there is not really a shame. But I mean, Leicester, you would figure yourself better than Leicester. Wolves, you would expect to beat Wolves, and a good win there. But I mean, still nothing certain in the Premier League, right?
No one's promised tomorrow.
Besides, they're going through a bad run of form again very soon.
Sure, 11th.
No one is promised tomorrow.
Do you want us to give you the double this season?
Listen, if we finish above you, keep your points. Keep your bragging rights. Go play them in the League Cup.
It'll be fun when we end up with more trophies again than you guys this season. It'll be fun if we end up with more trophies this season again, like last season compared to you guys.
If you end up with more trophies. Yeah. How's that trophy holding you guys over now?
It's nice.
It's nice.
Is it nice?
Yeah.
Is it?
Silverware. You don't have silverware.
You have silverware.
Okay.
Isn't
you were in Champions League,
but is that why we play football?
You got your 4th.
Listen, you guys won a trophy last season.
Yeah, you got your 4th place and got knocked out.
We'd fire managers after winning FA Cups, so I'm not going to make that the standard.
You won nothing last year.
Yeah, we didn't work much.
Oh, so you want managers who win nothing? You want managers who win nothing?
No, I want managers that win. I'm just saying, I don't want a manager that wins the FA Cup.
Okay.
If he wins the FA Cup,
but you won nothing. FA Cup to nothing.
FA Cup to nothing. Yeah, 100%. No.
Nah, give him this season.
They fire managers too when they win FA Cup. So why didn't they fire this manager?
They must keep him. I like him.
Yeah, they must
Yeah,
keep him.
I like him too.
Yeah,
I like him.
him
Like,
too.
hey, Chelsea fans, keep Frank Lampard.
Yeah,
I
they
love
must also
him.
keep Lampard.
I love him. Oh, he's a great manager, guys.
Yeah.
He's tactically astute. He's brought in brilliant players.
100%.
Oh, bring that man in.
Ben Chilwell.
He's playing Mason Mount in the right position. He's giving assists and scoring goals. He's your next Marine. He's the attacking Marine.
And
Keep him.
100%. Guys, this has been another week and another episode of the Nothing But Football podcast. Please like, subscribe, download, or whatever it is for whatever platform you're on. To my immediate left, the man, the myth, Mr. Potion.
Cheers, guys. Good run of football. Let's hope for the best for Arsenal and no one else. But yeah.
Uncle Curtis.
Cheers, guys. I love you all. Hug a Chelsea fan. It's tough times. We understand. Very soon we'll be crying, hug a Man United fan.
Yeah.
We've been crying, hugging Arsenal fan for the past 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can pass that.
Don't hug Jack. Don't touch me.
I did get a request, but there's not enough time, so maybe we'll do it in one of the upcoming episodes. But I got a request to ask Uncle Curtis for his best Premier League 11 outside of the top 6 clubs.
Okay.
So as in an 11 for the rest of the league. So we'll try to get him to do it in one of the follow-up episodes. Keep watching.
Oh, and also we need to look at, apparently there's no more Premier League games on Sundays starting very soon. We must check that out.
Okay, we need to check that out. We'll update you on the next episode.
Yeah.
From me, Lucas, from Mr. Potion, from Uncle Curtis, thank you for joining us. Join us soon for the next episode. Thank you. Peace out, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Matt Letitia.
Uyazi ngiphethe imali sazofika gada